Hello, this is Gregory Wilson from WeddingSpeechMaster.com, coming at you today with some brother wedding speech tips. Brothers have a very distinct relationship, usually consisting of lots of teasing, jokes, and stories of adventures around the neighborhood. When those brothers grow up and one gets married, the other brother may be selected to be best man. While we already discussed best man speeches in a previous article, this one will give tips on creating a speech from a brother's perspective. Here's some ideas of what to say in a brother wedding speech. You can start off the speech by saying how you're proud to not only be the groom's best man, but his brother as well. Say how special this day is. If you're not married, give a story of how your brother's marriage affected you and changed your insight. Perhaps you felt uneasy about your best buddy committing to marriage. This day officially marked the transition between your baseball-playing, adventurous childhood and the mature, responsible days ahead. Finish this thought of how marriage has changed your brother for the better. Joke about how the bride won't let him slack off anymore, and why you're proud to give your blessing for this union. What do you see when you look at your brother? Relay to the crowd a bit of personal insight on the positive attributes that your brother had throughout his life and the ones that he has more recently taken on. Share some of the things that your mother taught you as children. Thank your mother for being present on behalf of both of you. If you are the younger brother, you can joke about how your older brother always got to do everything first, driving cars, finishing dinner meals, or maybe even buying a house. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a light-hearted thing to mention to the audience. In reality, there's only time for one short story in the speech. Many best men overestimate how much content they will need for their speech. On the same note, perhaps you were the older brother, and your younger brother is the first one to marry. Talk about how you were always the role model in the family, and how little brother followed you in your footsteps. Or maybe he went in a completely different direction, which can be fun to mention. After the reminiscing and story part of the brother speech is complete, focus on the future. Does their future look promising? Mention the little things that the groom always does for the bride that give their marriage good hopes. Show your enthusiasm for welcoming the bride into the family as your new sister. Show how happy you are to have her as a continued friend, and how you know that your relationship with her will remain strong over the years. As a brother, you're always going to be there for the groom whenever he needs anything. The same goes for the bride. Offer yourself to them for help and support at any time, day or shine. You want to avoid having a speech filled with only meaningless, impersonal words. This can happen when copying a free speech found on the internet. Remember that the speech should be altered according to your taste, the audience, and the reflection of your relationship. If you're extra nervous, don't be embarrassed to mention it to the crowd at the beginning of the speech. You could even say that you were so nervous that you went on the internet to find example speeches to work from, but in the end you wanted it to come from the heart. A trinket brought on stage can help to amplify your sentimental story. It's best to pair the trinket with a story, as to not end up telling two separate stories, one for the trinket and one for the sentimentality, as this will keep the speech short. And that's all the tips I have for you today. If you want more tips and tricks on brother wedding speeches, please visit WeddingSpeechMaster.com.